Ah, the Pope's chamber. Forgot. This is very odd. Minus the big ugly ass statue. Toting some kind of weird staff. That looks like the same stuff that was in the catacombs at the start of the game. That'll be on the statue that we pushed over. Looks similar. I don't know if it is the same thing or not. But yeah, you can't really interact with this too much. There's something here, which we'll have to find soon. So the only thing we can do is interact with this weird, whatever the hell this is. So come down here first. These go in a specific order. Key. Key. Shield. Key. Shield. Key. Shield. Oh. Is that a shield? I don't know what the hell that is. That looks like a bell, not a shield. Need a key. Which is up here. Which I purposely ignored. So this is to do with Pope Gregory IX. Frederick II challenges immutable truths and undermines the authority of the church. A prime example is the way he handled the crusade. He ordered him to take Jerusalem, and what did he do? He could have sent those infidel dogs into hell himself, but he would rather break bread with them. Wow, this guy who wrote this, the dickhead. He followed the letter to your command with absolutely rejecting its intent. Or if you don't tell him what you want, he's not gonna fucking do it, is he? And now don't be subtle with him, tell him. Yeah, Frederick II was a good bloke. He made a stupid choice of not destroying the time machine, but, you know, everyone makes mistakes, I guess. The following story is a similar example. Frederick wondered what language the first man had spoken. With that thought alone, he ignored the natural order since the time of the Tower of Babel, but his sin is far worse. In an obsessive desire to answer a question that Lucifer himself whispered to him. He had babies taken from their parents. He isolated them, and the wet nurses who took care of them wasn't even allowed to speak. What? Who the hell told him all this bollocks? Your devoted monk, Salambini? This guy is a massive twat. Unsurprisingly, without maternal love, the children died. Frederick did not repent. He said he executed the wet nurses so that his sins would not be with no witnesses. There's no... He's the Antichrist. Who? Why is this guy so against Frederick II? That's some bold-faced lies right there. Oh. Metal cylinder with arms. Something's here. You know, there you go. Metal shrine model. Okay. Sensor base. Okay, that goes in the statue. Here. So this basically tells the story of like Frederick II, but it's all been changed to make the Pope look like the holy one. This guy's a massive bastard. All the popes are in this game. Like all the popes are in real life are dickheads. You know? But this guy particularly, you know, and he goes out his way to... Well, he went out his way to take the time machine by slandering Frederick II. What an awful, awful person. Oh well, I'm glad he's dead. Do we need something here, but we can't interact with it just yet? Something in there. I don't think we can interact with this just yet. Oh no. Yep, something's trying to keep the cover on. Something here. can't interact with yet. I think I need to insert something with a circular section into this holder, which is in this here. It's whatever this. I think it's a bone. I can't pretty remember. There's something here. We need like a shell. As if this guy's got a fucking picture with a dragon. Wow. What a dickhead. So, from what I remember, yeah, this is, you pull it? Yeah, you just turn this and pull it. This is like a puzzle that is, you can't fail it. There's no, I don't find it enjoyable, to be honest. More like, it's just, it's the angle it's at is really, it throws me. There we go. It's a boring ass puzzle. Sprinkler goes on top of this. Ooh. Relic of St. John. I think it's a bone. It looks bony. And this goes in here. Which, of course, gives it a shiny shell, which goes in the picture frame. Yeah. We get a Medallion of Dawn, which goes in here.
That day, God sent Paul II a vision, and he saw where his enemy was hiding. The Pope has called all the devoted to God and the Church, for the time of reckoning has come.
It's weird, there's like two voices there. So yeah, this is basically the story that is completely made to, it's made so the Pope looks like, oh, look how good the Pope is. Oh yeah, he's been sent a message by God. Oh no, Frederick II is obviously the Antichrist because the Pope says he is because God told him. All that kind of nonsense, which is absolute stupid bollocks, that is. Absolute bollocks. As you could probably tell, I'm not a religious person. Yeah. All this, and this game just makes me hate it even more. The fact that it fell into this weird fucking religious plot. Instead of just having a cool organization that is trying to fuck up time, it's like, oh no, let's shine light on the church and the Pope and all those kind of arseholes. Yay. So, this puzzle is, I don't remember the solution for this. You gotta, I think these are linked to, is it? It's got to be one. It's got to be, this has to be three. I think it's like, I'm not entirely sure how it works that way, to be honest. 3, 3, 1, 1. Two. There we go. Wasn't that hard? Yeah, it's the puzzle after this that completely, I had absolutely no idea. Probably the hardest puzzle in the whole game. And the hints literally do not help. Yeah, the hints in this game are... You may as well not even have them. Hence why I disabled them, because they're fucking pointless. They don't help. They really don't. Ceremonial plates. There's something here. Looks suspicious. Can't open it though. There's a clock we can't use. There is... This looks suspicious here. Okay. Wait. Okay. Well, that works. Don't even remember what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons as you do. It's not me by the puzzles though. They're too easy. They're too simple. Like, you either get really pointlessly easy puzzles where they're just boring to do because they're too easy, or you get ones that just make no fucking sense. Absolutely no sense. So, little cog goes on the clock at the side. Tommy, right? Somebody tell me how this little weird bells opens this. How does that even work? They're not even linked together. How does a noise open a box? Or some kind of weird... I don't even know what the fuck that is. A medallion of the moon, was that? Or the sun? The noon. And then we get some more story. Yeah, you can see these... This is them burning down the... What's it? The castle... Is it Castle Morn or something? Where the where Frederick II took the time machine thing. Yeah, the Pope sent a holy crusade because he's the Antichrist. He sent it under the pretense of Frederick II being the Antichrist or some bollocks like that. But in theory, what he wanted was the time machine and the order, which he obviously got. Yeah. In fact, I don't even think it was Frederick II. I think Frederick II was already dead at this point. Because the order's been around for at least 200 or 300 years, I think. Something like 400 years. It's something. The humanity story making no sense to me. I just find it quite boring. I don't even know how this works either. Where's the reflection coming from? How is it? Are we hallucinating?
Led Christ's faithful to cleanse the sins of 𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮.
He had no sins. Like, it's just an excuse to go kill people. As most fucking holy wars do.
Before the noise of battle died down, the cowardly members of the Order destroyed the gate to the Temple of Wisdom.
Oh, the gate to the Temple of Wisdom, meaning the time machine. Like, you'd think, right, that the whole game, like, you're led to believe that the gate of wisdom, you know, well, the time machine, it leads to somewhere with knowledge and, you know, power. But it fucking doesn't. There is no way in hell. Because you go through the gate near the end of the game, obviously. I mean, you kind of have to. It's, you know, but where it leads, you know, where it leads is literally nowhere. It's like it's the story is it's like the story wanted to add. He wanted to elaborate more in this, like, the culture that made the Gate of Wisdom, but it never does. Because the game ends so abruptly and so shoddy, it just leaves so many questions left unanswered. Like I said, you have more questions than you do answers at the end of this game, and this is the last in this trilogy. It's like they didn't want to. It's like they just wanted to get the game out and be done with it, and it's really shit. It angers me knowing that I waited like 4 years for the finale, and it turned out to be a massive piece of shit. This puzzle, I have absolutely no idea how it works. This is the longest time I've ever spent on a puzzle in the trilogy of this of the House of Da Vinci, because the hints, they do not help. Like, hints are supposed to, like, you know, they're supposed to hint on what to do, you know, how to solve a puzzle, but they fucking don't. I solved this puzzle absolutely by chance, just randomly moving shit around. And then I went back and I redid it, and then I got the solution, and then I went back to figure out how to solve it or why the solution worked, and even to this day I still really don't understand. Like, this is what I mean by the games. It either has like stupidly easy puzzles where you're just like, why even bother, or puzzles where they are so difficult or obtruse, should I say, that you just don't understand them, and there's no like physical logic behind it. This kind of logic behind this one, but it's not obvious. Not to me, it wasn't anyway. But then again, I am quite stupid. So, as you can see, we activate fucking Sage Vision, and we have to put the squares into the squares and circles into the circles. So, that's easy, right? But nowhere does it really. Nowhere does it let you know about what these numbers mean. You know, why do these have two sets of numbers? One's a square, one's a circle. There's a circle here that you can't go into, which has a square 4 in it, and there's a square that has a circle 4 in it. You know, and it's, to me, I'm like, what? Fucking, what does it want me to do? Let me put these here. So it's like, kind of like, no, like that. Yeah. So that's the layout. So from what I remember is they have to have the number, was it the same number adjacent to it? So it's like, this one has to have a 4, and there's only one number 4, which is here. But the thing is though, like, when you get to ones with like 2 2s in it, you know, it's like, do you need 2 on each side? Do we need 2 above it, 2 below it, and 2 to the right? Or if it's like one here, do I need 3 above it, 3 to the left, 3 to the bottom, 3 to the right? Or do I need 4? And it's so confusing. Even now looking at this, I still don't understand it. But I know that I roughly, in fact, I don't even know the solution. I can roughly remember the how the logic works behind it, but like to me, this puzzle will be about adding up. You know, like the circle plus the square equals to whatever's linked to it, sort of thing. That's what I thought it was. You know, or I thought it was like this being square 4, this being square 4, this had to be a square 3, so this one had to be linked to it somehow. But it's nothing to do with that. From what I remember, it's basically, it has to have one, at least one, is it like at least one link to it with the same number in it? But I just even thinking about this, just I'm confused with my own words. So it's like, I know that those two are right, 2 2s. Has to have a 2 link to it. That has to have a 2 link to it. This has to have a 5 link to it, so that can't be there. That has to be there. 2s, 4s. I think you're only adding up the circles and the circles and the squares and squares, because I'm pretty sure the squares are a red herring. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, somebody probably got this puzzle straight away, but me. Yeah, I spent the longest on this. There's at least 2 in this game that completely flummoxed me. One of them is this one, and the other one's near the end of the game. Mostly because the hints don't help. I just don't know, like... This one kind of has a logic behind it, but the next one that I got stuck on near the end of the game absolutely had no logic behind it whatsoever. Like, absolutely no logic. It was just... Yeah. So I'll explain when we get to that point. I'm pretty sure this, I think it only has to have one link to it. So this has to have a 2 link to it, which is here. This has to have a 4, which is here. This has to have a 2, which is here. This is 2 there. This is 4. That is 2. I think I've got this wrong. I'm trying to remember. Pretty sure. This 2, 5 has to be somewhere in the middle. I think all the big numbers need to be in the middle. I don't know why. I just don't understand the logic. Like, if somebody like understands the logic behind this, I would very much appreciate it if you could enlighten me. But we're doing that one. Maybe there. That's there. 4. Put this one down, that should be the solution. Just looking at it, I have absolutely no idea. I know that this, it should be the solution, if I remember correctly. 2's... Oh, then again, I think I may have oh, no. This is in the wrong place. Yeah, I just said big numbers need to be in the middle. It should be that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it. That flummoxed me for at least 40 minutes. I stood there for like 10 minutes staring at it, trying to rack my tiny little mind, and I stood and to this day I don't understand it.